Outside the country believe that Indonesia has had actually a pretty good record over the last few years. Of course, they're not experiencing what's happening in the country. What they see is Indonesia taking a leading role in terms of the world, being involved in G20, for example. Tell us exactly what you mean by hijacking democracy.
You know, democracy is not just elections. Democracy is also political culture, fairness, transparency. You know, we have many elections in which the voting list of voters are full of ghost voters. Basically, it's fraudulent voting lists. How can we have a real democracy with ghost voters? And the number is quite amazing, you know, and even at present, we are now demanding an investigation and cleaning up of the voting list. Because how can we have elections with a fraudulent voting list? You know, people who have died many years ago, they're still there. 5-year-old kids are still there. You have names that come up maybe 30 times, the same name with different addresses. You know, so this type of fraud is very prevalent, and the buying of votes, the buying of election officials is very prevalent. That's what I mean by the hijacking of democracy. So on the surface, it looks good, but in substance, a lot must be achieved. And the problem is if our people in the end lose trust in government, lose trust in institutions, then I'm worried. I think there can be a real breakdown in the body politic, you know, in our political life. Because history teaches us that if the people lose trust in the institutions, it's the beginning of breakdown, of a failed state.
We have an exchange program that is always very successful, and that could be an interesting option also for your region, because it's something which we try to support. We try to continue this cooperation and expand it. We're very strong already in honorary consul Subianto in Yogyakarta, very strong cooperation already. And I thought maybe we could expand also to the city.
From Central Java, we can send some of a teacher, or maybe I can invite your expert from Australia to Central Java.
Come here and,
yes,
and develop
to give something like training for trainers.
Yes, exactly.
Which is the best one?
The best one, what we do first is normally that they come here and they build up the vocational training center, teach them, and after that there's exchange possible. First they build it up here to improve the quality of the workforce and the quality of education.
Okay. Maybe my staff can follow with your staff.
Yes.
And then we can decide about the training for trainers, for the teacher and some of the student. And then after this, we can send some of student or teacher go to Australia. And then we come back and develop a new system, I think, for the some of school in Central Java.
Yep.
So I want to learn from their experiences in Australia about the relation between the school and industry.
Exactly.
I hear from Australia and German that you have what you call
we call it a dual education system.
Dual education system, and you have something like a teaching industry, something like this.
Yes.
What was important about you? What did you feel was important about coming here and meeting with someone like Penny Wong, someone like Philip Lowe?
Yes, indeed. I'm delighted with the invite from the Australian government to visit, and we both were neighbors, and we'll always be neighbor, and we had worked closely on many issues, and the invite here gave me an opportunity to reconnect with many friends, academia, people in government, as well as business communities, for exchange of views. We share similar challenges in the region.
Give us an idea of what are those challenges in your mind?
For example, we are experiencing challenges in the environmental issues. climate change is definitely an issue that we have to tackle together. And then about growth and prosperity in the region. And then also balance in terms of stability in the region. So many of that, and it's always good to hear a perspective of our neighbors. And I truly appreciate Australia's stance on many issues that Indonesia is facing, and including, which is always repeated, the importance of having an integrated territorial in Indonesia. And Australia has repeatedly saying that we supported an integrated Indonesia, and that is important for us too.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you know, we would like to see more people-to-people exchange. I think on the G2G partnership has been very strong. I think this is among the highest of all time. And then the business-to-business need to grow even further.
Yes, we do, because I mean that has been a criticism of President Widodo.